This semester, I'm trying out a new grading scheme for this class, and to be honest, it really doesn't translate well to how Canvas's gradebook is set up. So I'm going to give an explanation here in hopes of making things a little bit easier. Before I get started, however, I want to say upfront that I reserve the right to change the scheme up a bit if it doesn't seem to be working how I want it to. What I mean by that is, if everyone is averaging a C+ by the numbers, but I think everyone's been doing B-level work, I'm going to tweak it so that the numbers reflect that B instead of that C+. If I ever tweak the grading scheme, it will be to benefit you, not to penalize you. Okay, so here's the scheme in a nutshell. There are 4 basic parts to your grade focused around 4 main sets of assignments. Reading responses get 25%, the podcast is 25%, the video essay is 25%, and the portfolio is, you guessed it, 25%. Now, each of these major categories are broken down even further, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated. The grading scheme for the reading responses isn't all that complicated, actually. The reading responses are worth 100 points each, and at the end of the semester, the reading response grade is the average of all of your reading responses. The reading responses also have a rubric so that you know what I'm looking for. The other 3 components are a bit more complex. Each of the other main assignments are broken down into several smaller assignments. This enables me to make sure you're progressing satisfactorily with the assignment. With a regular class, the temptation is always there to wait until the last minute to do things. With an online class, that temptation always seems to double. Giving you smaller checkpoint assignments ensures that you're progressing at a reasonable pace. However, not all of these mini assignments will be for a grade in the same way that the reading responses are. Some of them will, and let's start there. With the podcast and the video essay, your workshop and your final project will be worth 10% and 15% respectively. You'll get rubrics for those assignments too. Literally everything else will be pass-fail. You will either meet the requirements or you will not. For every mini assignment that you fail, your final grade in the course will be reduced by 5%. With the e-portfolio, the first and second drafts and the reflection will be worth 5%, and the final draft will be worth 10%. The e-portfolio workshop and the e-portfolio plan for revision will be pass-fail, and same thing here. For every mini assignment that you fail, your final grade in the course will be reduced by 5%. That may sound kind of harsh, and well, it kind of is. That's your incentive to make sure you don't drop off the face of the earth, which can happen pretty easily in online classes. That being said, I know that students don't just stop turning things in for no reason, so I'm usually as lenient as I can be when it comes to making up missed work. If you find yourself falling behind and realize you need to catch up, contact me and let's figure out some alternate deadlines. But be forewarned, there does come a point of no return. You really can't make up, say, 4 weeks worth of work in the last week of the semester. Throughout the course, you'll see rubrics for certain assignments, and each assignment will clearly indicate if the rubric is actually used to assign points for that assignment, or if it's just to give you an idea of what I'm looking for, and the assignment is actually a pass-fail assignment. Okay, those are the basics. If you have questions, feel free to email me and ask. Also, if you're ever looking at your grading Canvas and it doesn't seem quite right, feel free to email me to double check. I know this grading scheme might sound scary, but I promise, I'm thinking it will actually work out well for you in the long run.